Winter is the perfect time to settle in with a timeless classic. Now, these 5 books that I'll be sharing with you capture the atmosphere of the season. So, some have icy landscapes, some have emotional depth, and all of them have gripping stories that I think pair perfectly with a warm beverage and a cozy blanket. So, let's talk about each book and what makes them perfect for winter reading. Plus, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these classics as we go along, so be sure to share in the comments. The first book I'd like to share with you is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. Now, this book I think is absolutely perfect for winter reading. This is an epic Russian classic that is both a love story and a tragedy. Now, the novel follows Anna, our main character. She's a married aristocrat and she falls into a very passionate but very doomed love affair with the dashing Count Vronsky. Now, alongside her story, we also have Levin. He's a man who's really searching for meaning in his life, and we see him questioning with lots of big questions like love, faith, and family. Now, I think Levin's character is actually kind of like a semi autobiographical character, as Tolstoy was maybe exploring his life. I really think he used the character Levin to reckon with certain things. Now, as it relates to why this is a perfect classic for winter reading, first of all, we get some stunning descriptions of Russian winters in this novel. So, from snowy countrysides to just the grand soirees in the city in St. Petersburg, this book delivers on a beautiful and wonderfully descriptive setting. We also have very complex characters whose decisions I think will fascinate you in some degrees, but also frustrate you incredibly. And this is just a very deeply emotional story. It just explores so many themes. And I think it's for this reason it's been often called one of the greatest novels ever written. But I'd love to know if you've read it, do you agree? One, do you think it's one of the greatest novels ever written? But also, do you think it's a great classic to read in winter? I do. I think it's one of those chunky books that you can hibernate with over the season. But also, I'd love to know in the comments, whose story did you connect with? Anna, Vronsky, or Levin? I'd love to hear from you. Book 2 is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Now, this is a Gothic masterpiece. I know what you're thinking. This is more a fall book because it's Gothic, right? But I think it has a place for the cold season, for the winter months and everything. Because again, this book is also very atmospheric with its descriptions, but it's also a mystery. It has some romance and it's a story, not for anything else. It's really a story of resilience. Now, the novel follows an orphan girl. Her name is Jane, and we see her growing up in really difficult circumstances in a really harsh environment. But we eventually see her getting a job as a governess. Now, while there, she falls in love with Mr. Rochester, but she discovers that this whole place and all these people, they have secrets. So we see Jane coming of age, going through self-discovery, and also just realizing like what love is, but also what love isn't. Now, what you can expect is just very atmospheric descriptions. Again, I think this is perfect for winter evenings, especially if this is a classic you haven't read yet. I love a strong, independent heroine who just challenges all societal norms. And I also love the haunting twists, the hidden secrets. And I think the Gothic elements are not just for fall time, they're good for winter too, because we have really short days, long dark nights, and this just makes for perfect reading. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about the twists? How do you feel about this? Did you see it the first time you read it? Also, do you think it's good for winter reading? Again, let's talk about it in the comments. Now, I also feel winter is a perfect time for mysteries and those puzzling reads. So I'm recommending The Complete Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Now, this edition is an edition I have on my shelf. It has all the Sherlock Holmes stories. So you can pick one or two or read them all over the winter nights. I just think, again, winter is a perfect time for those really puzzling reads. Now, this collection in particular has all the stories and the novels featuring our brilliant detective Sherlock Holmes, but also his loyal friend, Dr. Watson. So we get those foggy London streets, chilling countryside estates, and just all these cases that are just endlessly mysterious, but also entertaining. So I just love the banter in these stories, just again, the logic in solving these mysteries. And for me as a reader, it keeps me guessing until the very end. So it really doesn't matter like what Sherlock Holmes story you gravitate towards. I think the atmospheric setting, solving and discussing things in the drawing room, but also going outdoors to the countryside, to the moors. I really think this book is perfect for winter reading. So let me know what you think, if Sherlock Holmes is perfect for the winter, but also let me know if you have a favorite Sherlock Holmes story. I'd love to hear from you. But also, did you solve the mystery before you got to the end? I think that's also very important because that just might mean you are a detective in the making. Like I said before, winter is perfect for mystery. So, of course, I had to throw an Agatha Christie in there. And this is a mystery with a wintry twist, Murder on the Orient Express. Now, like the title suggests, we have a murder on a train called the Orient Express. So, it's a luxury train. It's stranded in the snow. So, you get that wintry setting. We have a cast of fascinating characters, all of whom could be the killer, and we see our detective Poirot having to piece together the clues before the train gets going again and the killer gets away. Now, winter is the perfect time for locked room mysteries. And then this helps that this is set aboard a snowbound train. So the atmosphere is just perfect. Everything is aligned. But I love more than anything just the detective work in this novel. Of course, we have a shocking twist at the end. I think it will have you rethinking everything. But again, was that twist shocking for you? I think it's one of the most famous endings in the mystery genre and mystery fiction. So let me know, how did you feel about the solution? Were you surprised? Did you figure it out? Let me know your thoughts. And also, do you think it's good for winter reading? The last classic book that I'll be sharing with you today is a novel by Charles Dickens. Now, there's something about Dickens during the holiday season and the winter months that make me gravitate to his work during this time more than any other. But the book I'm recommending to you today is Great Expectations, a coming of age story. Now, I think books set in Victorian England are just perfect for the winter. Let me know your thoughts. But let's get into Great Expectations. Like I said, it's a coming of age story, and it centers our main character, who's an orphan, who dreams of just rising above and just getting out of his very difficult, but also very humble beginnings. So we see him navigating life and love. He also runs into sudden wealth. So we see how he handles that and manages that. And alongside our main character, we have an unforgettable cast of characters. And these are people you won't soon forget. They're larger than life, but they're very flawed. They're very human. And this is just a really richly layered story that examines themes of love, the consequences of our choices, ambition. And it was just very interesting following our main character and seeing him navigate life. Now, our main character is Pip. However, I think Great Expectations, one of the most iconic characters from this book, is actually Miss Havisham. So let me know, how do you feel about her story? Was it more a tragic story? Did she cause it upon herself? Also, how did you feel about Pip's journey? Did he grow on you by the end, or was he just a character not for you? I'd love to hear from you, but also if you think this is a perfect winter read. Okay, so there you have it, 5 classics that I think are perfect companions for your winter reading. So whether you're revisiting these novels or you're reading them for the first time, I think they're perfect complements to the season. But I love to hear from you, like I've been saying throughout this entire video. Let me know in the comments which books you've read, if you think they're perfect for winter reading, but also offer your own suggestions of what classic books are perfect for the season. Now, if you haven't already, now's a great time to like the video, share the video, tell a friend about Biblio Lifestyle, but also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're the first to know what's new when I go live and when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.